Good afternoon, YouTube. Matt M. Roy back once again, and I see by my stream that we're having a pretty big delay right now. There we go. All right, now it's working. All right, everybody, Matt M. Roy back once again, back to you on Sunday afternoon, February the 23rd of 2020, and I'm still trying to get used to saying 2020. Hope everybody is doing really well. Yeah, so we're trying something a little new today. I just filmed and uploaded the vlog. I actually did a vlog today, so we're doing a vlog and a live stream, and it's 99% processed right now. Let me see if I can add my, no, I can't add my end screen in just yet, but you guys should be getting that momentarily. Here we go. Now it's giving me the option to add the end screen in. It's very strange. The new YouTube uploader, I guess it's what you would call it, takes a little getting used to. It's a much more intuitive interface. It's much more menu driven than the classic one was. But I kind of like it. It's a little different, and that is definitely a good thing. Let me just do this. Best for viewer. Oh, wrong thing. Okay. Duh. Create element. Hope you guys like that end screen, by the way. I couldn't believe Milo did that. Oop. Oh, spilled the beans. Oh, well. Hey, Danny K, now you're Matt. Nice suspenders. I got the same ones. Well, thank you. At first when I got them, it was in one of those Christmas baskets. So part of me thought that they were Santa Claus's. But if you look really close, it's Old Spice. It's the Old Spice ship. And that's basically what this came in, a gift pack of Old Spice. One was like the hair gel. The other thing was like, I think, shaving lotion and then shampoo as well. All right, return to YouTube Studio. Let me concentrate here for a second. I want to make sure I don't mess this up. Publish now, and done. So momentarily, you guys and gals out there should be able to watch the vlog, and maybe some of you will want to watch the vlog while you're watching the live stream. I don't know. But I figured we'd try something just a little bit different here. And just not to spill the beans, but I will tell you there are some cold starts in this particular vlog, something that many of you have asked me for, and I haven't really had a chance to do, mainly because it hasn't really been that cold. To be honest with you, it's just been blatantly warm here for the most part. Hold on. Okay.
Call from Tumblr.
This is driving me nuts. You see what I'm getting here? I'm getting spammed again. That is the only calls that I get on our house phone, and the majority of the calls I get on my cell phone. I'll be perfectly honest with you. I think we're going to be getting rid of our house phone because of that. We hardly ever use it, and really that's the only ever calls we ever get on the darn thing. That's it. All right. Vlog is up for today. Whew. I really wanted to make sure I did one of those. I'll be honest with you. I've been really slacking on the vlogs lately, and some of it is just my laziness. The other part is I just didn't have enough to vlog about. Hopefully you guys enjoy that. You can give me feedback here if you want. If you see it, if you want to go watch that and then come back, it's up to you. Or you can just leave me a comment on the vlog. End screen, that is. I usually just select use the same one on my last video. Yeah, I'll do that, but if it's something like I have another video that is very similar to the one I'm just uploading, then I'll usually add that in. But I usually do best for viewer and then last video are the ones that I'll usually do. And of course, I put my little subscribe bubble on the top left usually. Hey, Matt, what's happening with you? I'm here at Captain D's with my father. Ooh, hope you're having some good eating today. I think I was at Captain D's probably the last time was probably about 10 years ago. And I remember they had their grilled special at the time. It was grilled flounder with potatoes. I think it was actually a baked potato and coleslaw. I'm not even sure if they do that anymore. Okay, so give you guys some updates here. All the vehicles are working great. The Yukon, the Tahoe, the LeSabre, everything started perfectly fine this morning, and you'll see that in the vlog. Oh, I probably shouldn't have said that, but oh well. You guys will be able to see that. My back. Yeah, this has been really, really tender. I think what actually happened the other week, about a week ago now, I bought that sit-up chair, and I've been really pumping out the sit-ups. Like I've been doing like 100 a day, and I really think I stretched a ligament out in my back because my lower back has been super sore, and the worst time is when I'm laying down in bed at night. I actually have to have a medicated patch on my lower back just so I could sleep because the pain is that bad. If I'm sitting up, it's a little bit better. If I'm standing, I don't have any pain, which I find really odd. So I'm just thinking it must be a ligament, because when you're standing up, that's actually the least amount of pressure you're putting on the ligament. Because when you're sitting down, your back's against a chair, and that's putting pressure on the ligament. And of course, when you're laying down, you have gravity that's putting pressure on it. But when you're standing up, you're standing straight, and yeah, you still have some gravity there, but everything's aligned, and I just feel good. So I'm honestly don't know what's going on. Read Luke 13:13. I will mark that for later. And I was bad. I did not go to church today. And the main reason is I just didn't think I could sit. I didn't think I could sit in church that long. Okay, here we go. I'm going to read it out loud. Luke 13:13. Then this is from the New International Version, by the way. Then he put his hands on her, and immediately she straightened up and praised God. And that's it. I mean, you got to believe in miraculous healing, and I have seen it before when I was young, and I had some really bad problems. I mean, not physically necessarily, but more mentally. I went to see Grace and Vessels. At that time, she was in Connecticut, New Haven, Connecticut, I believe it was. And she does the faith healing. She sings. She does a little bit of everything. She's now in Texas, I think Austin area. But I went up there, and she's like one of those what they call faith healers. And I went up there with my problems, and she anointed me with the oil, and through her, the Lord healed me. I mean, I would not be where I am today if it wasn't for a faith healing like that. And it happens every single day. Don't believe it doesn't happen, because it really does. I have seen it firsthand. Eric, if you want to share about that, you're very welcome to. I like the New King James Version. And he laid his hands on her, and immediately she was made straight and glorified God. But still the same thing. LOL. Yeah, it is. But it's a nicer way of saying it. He laid his hands on her, and immediately she was made straight versus she straightened up. We'll see. He made her straight versus she straightened up. I guess in today's context, that could be taken wrong in the NKJV. So yeah, I can see where the NIV is more prudent to today's youth. But I agree with you, Eric. I love the old language, although at times it can be very, very hard to understand. Can I stop my right arm from hurting me? You got to pray. You go to church. If you're going to a Pentecostal church like we do, they have altar calls. Take advantage of those altar calls if you feel it. I mean, that's the thing. When I'm at church, I listen to the message, I listen to the word, and if the word touches me in a special way, touches my heart, then I will go up and go to the altar, and I will get anointed. Even if the pastor doesn't have time to physically anoint everybody with oil, that's not really the point. The point is stepping out in that leap of faith. If something's touching your heart, then the Lord is saying, hey, you need to be up there. You need to receive what I'm putting out today in this message. And that has happened to me many, many times. It's been a while. I'll be honest with you. I've had some crisis of faiths in recent years, But I will tell you that without the Lord's guidance, I wouldn't be where I am today. I mean, you have to give your life over to him, because that is the only way you can move forward, honestly. All right, we're going to move on from here. That's all I wanted to say on that particular topic, but I'm glad we went there, being that it's Sunday. I think it's very, very important that we do talk about the Lord. This was a woman who was crippled for 40 years. The whole chapter was interesting because they couldn't believe that Yeshua, hopefully I pronounced that right, was working, performing miracles on the Sabbath. Yeah, that was a big no-no. Well, yeah, back then. Even today, the Sabbath is supposed to be holy. That's the holy day of rest. You know, you work for 6 days, you rest on the seventh. And yeah, some people celebrate the Sabbath on the Saturday, some on Sunday. Doesn't matter. There's always whatever the Sabbath is for you. That's supposed to be your rest day. Now, I'm not a minister. I don't have a license, but I will tell you that being a church-going individual for many, many years, that it is not necessarily a sin to work on the Sabbath, but it is a day that you are supposed to rest. And that's all I'm going to say about that, because I'm not qualified to preach on this. I'm just letting you know from the years of my experience in church, that's what I have been, I guess we're led to believe. Baptist church, I don't know if they do altar calls. Like I said, you got to pray and you got to seek his guidance. You don't even necessarily have to go to church, to be honest with you. You can pray wherever you are. It really doesn't matter. If you're at home, kneel down and pray. Pray, say, look, my arm is really hurting me. I have faith. I know you're my Lord and Savior. I'm asking for an instant healing. Now, is he going to heal you instantly? Maybe, maybe not. It's all in his timing. But you know what? Whatever you go through, you're going through for a reason. And if you don't take anything else away from what I'm saying today, take that one away, because that has gotten me through some really, really hard times in life. All right. I am going to double check while we're waiting for a few more people to show up. I want to make sure that vlog did indeed get uploaded. It looks like it's working. We got 1 like and 1 dislike. And I purposely did that. You know, YouTube allows you to disable, I guess is the word, the likes and dislikes. You can allow people to like or dislike the video, or you can cut that out. I enable it because I want to see what content I'm making. The content I'm making, I want people to see if they really like it or not. If I get a lot of likes, then yeah, I'm going to keep doing that. If I don't get a lot of likes or get a lot of dislikes, especially, then I'll move on to something else. There are a lot of YouTubers out there that don't want to have that there because it's kind of like an ego trip. They say, oh, well, if people are disliking my video, then I'm not worth it. That's not what that was intended to be. The idea of liking and disliking video is to kind of hone your skills and really emphasize your channel on what people are going to watch. Now, that being said, your channel is your channel. If you want to make videos about cats playing, you make videos about cats playing. If you want to make cooking videos, you make cooking videos. If you want to make car videos, you make car videos. You kind of see where I'm going here. You got to go with what you're passionate about. However, whatever you're making videos about, you need to make sure that you're going to have people that watch them. So it's a good guideline, but don't necessarily take it as, a criticism if you get a ton of dislikes on one video. Just, move on to something else that interests you. Film that, upload that, and see how many people like it. Okay. Before I forget, I do have a few other videos coming out, namely some food review videos, something that has been highly requested on my channel. I'll spill the beans. Yeah, it's not going to be a super surprise, but I went into Aldi yesterday and I found some frozen sushi. I know. As soon as I said that, I'm sure half of you just said, "Is he crazy? Who's going to eat frozen sushi? You're going to get sick. You're going to get botulism. You're going to die." No, No. I'll be honest with you. I was a little surprised to see that in Aldi, especially frozen. Whenever I've seen sushi in stores, it's usually fresh. Like they make it in store. Usually behind the counter, they'll have a special section. I know Kroger Marketplace does, Harris Teeter does. So it intrigued me when I saw this sushi in the freezer section in Aldi. So I bought two of them. They were $5.79 for each pack, and it's about the same size pack you would get from Kroger. And to be honest with you, it's really not that great of a deal. The same size pack in Kroger will cost you maybe $1 more at most, but it just intrigued me. I've never heard of frozen sushi before. So I got two different ones. I got the Philly roll, which I'm sure, Eric, if you're still here, I'm sure you've had a Philly roll before, if you've eaten sushi, being you live fairly close to that. And two was a spicy crab roll. So I'm thinking what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one at a time. I will try to film. I'm going to eat that for lunch tomorrow. So I'm going to try to film a food review of probably the Philly roll one tomorrow. And I think I might do it either as a live stream or as a YouTube instant premiere. That way you guys can kind of interact with me and let me know what you think, and I'll let you know what I think of how it tastes. But that's one. And what was the other thing? Oh, Aldi also has, I'm trying to find this. It's sold out, I kid you not, within hours at both my Aldis. Aldi got in this keto ice cream. It comes in the pints, just the little pints, and it's only got believe it's 3 grams of net carbs. And it looked really good. And I've heard other people that have tried it said it's amazing. But I haven't been able to find it. Our Aldi sold out, I kid you not, within, I think it was 1 hour of them getting it in. Somebody came in and bought them out. At least that's what the story the managers are going with. Whether or not that's true, I don't know. But if I can find it anywhere, I'm going to buy it and I'm going to do a review on that, because I know a lot of you out there, including myself, are really trying to keep the weight off. And keto, even though I don't follow a keto diet per se, it is good to eat low carbs and, of course, low sugar, because I am a big carb and I'm a big sugar addict. I always have been, probably always will be. And that can put the weight on very quick if you're, if you're not careful. And being that I'm having some issues with my back right now, I can't get as many steps in each day as I usually do. I'm up to 11,000, almost 12,000 now. So that's pretty good. But if I'm not, here's the thing, if you're not working out as much as you usually do, then you can't ingest the same amount of food, because if you're not burning the same amount of calories off, then that weight's going to kind of creep back up. Eric's right, Channel. No, I don't eat seafood. You know what? I vaguely remember you telling me that one time. So yeah, that's my bad. I'm sorry. I forgot. But either way, if you guys enjoy it, you enjoy it. If not, I don't know. I'll do other content that you'll like, I'm sure. Hey, Matt, I'll bet you have a couple of yummy food videos. Nothing filmed yet. Part of the vlog today has something food related, but I'm not going to give that away. You guys are going to have to watch the vlog to see what that's all about. All right, so what else do we want to talk about? We got 10 watchers here, probably more than that, because I don't necessarily trust the counter. Payne, Mononymous, Bachman, hope your Sunday is going great. It's going better. It's going a lot better than the last few days have. With all the problems I've been having with my back and some other things I don't really care to talk about on YouTube, it's definitely going a lot better than it was. Trevor Peterson, hey, Matt, I have 2 Optiplex 980s with the i5s in them. Got them for $5 a piece. All parts are good except they have bad motherboards. Should I get new motherboards for them or part them out? Okay, the 980s, let me look that one up real quick. Okay. Yeah, the Dell Optiplex 980s were they're like the first gen Core i5s in there. If it was me being their first generations, I would probably part them out. You only paid $5 a piece for them, and you said that they're all good except for the motherboards. They have all the parts. So you got memory, hard drive, maybe a video card, and you got the case itself. You'll probably make more parting it out than you would actually buying a new motherboard. Because let me do a quick search on eBay and just see what one of those motherboards go for, if they even have them. Wow. Okay. Somebody's racing on the highway there. Okay. They're not bad. I'll be honest with you. A Dell Optiplex 980 motherboard on eBay, you're looking about $19. So what I can do, see if I can share that. I'm going to share a couple of these eBay listings for you. That one was $19 with free shipping, and this one is $18.50 or best offer with free shipping. And are they working? They're being the one for $18. I can't. That's way too long of a URL, and I'm not going to sit here and try to shorten it. But you know what I'll do? I might be able to just share the search results with you. Hang on a second. Close. See if that does the trick. Let me see if that'll do something. Bingo. Okay. If you click that last link I sent, that is the search results for those motherboards. So that being taken into consideration, I'd probably go 50-50 on it. I would probably part one out and buy a motherboard for the second one and just combine your parts and make one big beast of a system. That's what I'd do. Sam Hodgson, if you can find a cheap motherboard online, I would say yes. If it is worth nothing it is worth nothing. The service tag will be mismatched. It really depends on the price of the motherboard. Yes, and to be honest with you, it doesn't really matter that much with the service tag, especially when they're that old and they're out of warranty. You have to remember the service tag was originally conceived pretty much by Dell, pretty much to give you the original system configuration and to help with warranty repairs. That computer is way too old to have any kind of warranty left on it. So generally what I do, I'll give you a good example. All the Dell Optiplexes that I get in, I pull the service tag off. And you might be saying, well, why do you do that? Because when I sell those on, the only thing that may be accurate on there is the motherboard, because I change out the hard drive, I change out the memory. Generally, I'll change out the CPU, I'll change out the graphics card. I may even upgrade the power supply. So it's a totally different system than it was originally. Hey, Matt, how's your father doing? He's fine. Dad's perfectly fine. As a matter of fact, he can go back to work if he wants. The doctor cleared him to work again. I'm shocked. 1 month out, you can't keep him down. He really, I have immense respect for my father. He has been through a lot in his life, and he always perseveres. Excuse me. Got a little bit of dry lip going on right now. Let me reset this and see if... Let's see if we got the... I'm just curious. I want to see if the HD version of the vlog is available yet. Yep. Wow, that actually looks pretty good. It's not going to play for me because I'm live streaming and I'm trying to watch it at 1080p 60, and the video card in this can't handle both those at once. Awesome. Okay, so we're good there. All right, so we got 12 watchers. I'll be honest with you, I don't know what else to talk about today. I thought it'd be better doing it earlier, and it kind of is, because when I do the vlogs later at night, you guys can really tell it's close to bedtime for me, and I'm ready to go fall asleep. But this is better. I have a lot more, a better cognitive function at this point. All right, Mark, thank you for coming. Go have lunch with your father and enjoy the rest of your Sunday. I'm going to try to get a walk in this afternoon. Maybe we'll go over to the mall. It's a little too cold to go bike riding, even though I'm dying to take a bike ride. And then the other thing is, it's very hard on your back bike riding. And since my back is only slightly on the mend now, I don't want to risk hurting it anymore. Oh, but I tell you, scale hasn't said I've put any weight on, but I feel it. I feel it in my gut. I'm telling you, though, that might just be water weight. And that's the thing. When you're trying to lose weight, don't necessarily get on the scale every day, even though I do it, kind of do as I say, not as I do. And when you get on the scale, you'll be amazed. What I like to do is I weigh myself at night before bed. And I weigh myself first thing when I get up in the morning. And generally, in my case, and I think this is true for most people, I weigh about 5 pounds more at night than I do in the morning. And that's because, believe it or not, if you are getting enough physical exercise during the day, when you go to sleep at night, your body is still metabolizing that food. And you can actually burn a few pounds off just in your sleep. It happens. And of course, when you wake up, most people use the bathroom, and a good release doesn't hurt either. I'm not going to use any gross terms here, but most of you know what I'm talking about. If you go have your morning number, but the combination of the two, you will actually that's why they the dietitians will say, don't ever weigh yourself at night because you won't like what the scale says. Well, the reason it says that is because you're still working on all the food that you ingested during the day. But just do it out of pure curiosity. That's what I do. I'm always curious to see how much I weigh at night versus how much I weigh in the morning, and it's always heavier at night. It's not always 5 pounds more, but on average, that's what it is for me. I guess that must mean I eat 5 pounds of extra food during the day, that most of that gets worked off by the next day. Eric's right, John. I will probably be bouncing in and out since I need to make food for a 3-year-old. Oh boy. And boy, do they have an appetite. I remember when I was 3 years old, that's my first memories were actually when I was 2.5. I can remember way back then. And when I was 3, I would eat everything. And I was pretty thin. I mean, I was never like a super thin rail like a lot of my cousins and my uncle were. But up until I was about 8 or 9 years old, I was good. I wasn't heavy, but I wasn't thin either. I was average, I would say. But yeah, 3-year-olds growing, they need a lot of food. Oh, going back, and not to arbitrarily change topics, but Harvest Chapel in southern Pennsylvania, I was watching Matthew, the minister there. Amazing message this morning. He was talking about how we let negative things into our lives, and how all of that is from the devil. Believe it or not, all of that is from the S word, Satan. I mean, I might as well just say it. Fear. What do they say? Fear of the word only increases fear of the thing or object itself. Like when you have self-talk with, and I've been the therapist, and they have actually talked a lot about this. You have what's called self-talk. A lot of us have doubts. A lot of us go through the day saying, "Oh no, we're not going to make a difference. Oh no, we're not going to be successful." Blah 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 blah. Well, you know what? All that stuff comes from Satan. Nothing from the Lord nothing ever comes from the Lord is negative. Nothing. Like if you have a negative thought, that's coming from down there. And we have to deal with that throughout our existence on this planet. I mean, that's just the way it is, unfortunately. But we can do our best to fight. And you know what? And his message was, if we truly, truly give our life to the Lord, then we have nothing to worry about. A lot of the fears and anxieties that we have throughout the days, and I'm sure a lot of you out there do, will poof into oblivion. Now, are you never going to be fearful or anxious? No. That's the human condition. That's just part of our mental state. However, the majority of it, especially the crippling stuff, will go away. Eric's Ratty Channel, 2 Timothy 1:7. For God hath not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and love and of a sound mind. There you go. So basically what he's saying is there is no fear that comes from the Lord. So whatever you feel, it's what you're allowing into your body. And if you're allowing fear and doubt and anxiety into your body, then you're allowing the great deceiver into your body, and in this case, Satan. If you're allowing good, kindness into your heart, mercy, faith, positive, that's all from the man upstairs. Absolutely. Eric's Friday Channel, with any luck, in a little bit, I'll be filming a tool review in a couple hours. It'll be interesting. You know a lot more about tools than I do. But yeah, I mean, I have the basics, the stuff I need to work on computers. Since you work on small engines and heck, you even work on cars more than I do, I can guarantee you a much better tool knowledge than I do. Interesting. I want to read this real quick because this harpens back to a topic that I discussed a few live streams back. Sam Hodgson. I managed to update the Dell Optiplex 3020 with the AO2 BIOS to the AO6. And then to the latest version. Potentially, this is because the UK motherboards are different here. I would not be surprised. If you guys saw that live stream, you remember I'd gotten 5 Dell Optiplex 3020s in with that big computer haul. 2 of them had the AO2 BIOS. And in the United States, the Dell Optiplex 3020s that never had the BIOS update, that had the original AO2 BIOS, had a glitch to where you could not do a soft reboot on the computer. And if you can't soft reboot a computer, at least in Dell's case, you can't do a BIOS update. So those computers were stuck on AO2. The only way you could update those to any newer BIOS was to get a BIOS EEPROM programmer off of eBay. You would physically have to remove that BIOS chip, put it in that EEPROM reader/writer, and hook it into a USB port on another computer, flash that BIOS chip, put it back in the computer, and then you'd be good to go. Now, because it was only 2 computers, and one of those computers actually wound up having a bad motherboard on top of that, I just wound up using them for parts. The one that had the bad motherboard, I stripped, and I took the memory and a few other things out of it. And the other one I was using over there for a while with the AO2 BIOS. And then I said to myself, you know what? I'm just going to scrap it out because at the end of the day, I didn't have that much into those computers, and it would actually cost me more to buy the EEPROM programmer and more in money and time to do the work to actually flash that BIOS than it was worth. So you kind of got to pick your battles. Yeah, the ones here in the U.S., at least the ones here in the U.S., the Dell Optiplex 3020s, AO2 was the first revision. Now, in other countries, you may have had the A00, but generally A00 is a what do they call it? I can't think of the word, prototype BIOS. In other words, you would only ever see that on like maybe the very first run of those particular models of computers. And generally the general public would never get those. The earliest BIOS I've ever seen is revision like A01. A00 is again like this is on the blink again. Come on, wake up. The prototype BIOS. Awesome computers. I got an i7 4770K, great processor, pretty much the same as that one I have in this computer, except mine's not the overclockable K version. With 28 gigs of RAM and a 1066 gig custom built for $265 on Letgo, that's a great deal. I would take that deal all day long. Back from putting food in the oven. I am going to have to end it here too in a few minutes, because I am doing a fast today. I need to have my dinner before 2 o'clock, because I am not going to eat anything after 2 o'clock. I really need to fast too, especially once again, I'm not able to work out as much. I have to be careful that I don't put any weight back on. With that, I'm ending the live stream. Hope everybody gets a chance to see the vlog I put up today. If not, that's cool. But if you do, let me know what you think. And if you enjoy those kind of videos, give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment. If you don't, give it a thumbs out. Give me a thumbs down. And leave me a constructive criticism. And as always, have a blessed day, everybody.